Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you might have the stress of Valentine's Day upcoming, but don't worry, because we're in love with you right now on this fine Monday, February 10th, where we are going to be playing an adventure game classic. I'm not going to show you the screen yet. I'm just going to tell you what it is because you kind of have to experience it in real time. You have to let your imagination go wild a little bit. We're going to be playing the 1997 Blade Runner game. It is a point-and-click adventure game, of course, of the traditional graphic adventure type, because what else would we play on the show? We're going to play a reasonable genre. And it is considered not just one of the best point-and-click graphic adventure games of all time, but also is a graphical achievement. This game is 97. I'm going to be talking a lot about the graphical techniques in it that were really kind of stunning for the day and are a lot of modern techniques employed. 97 was hundreds of years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But also, it has historically been incredibly hard to play. I remember Sean Bloom had a CD of it and was suggesting shipping it over to me, but I still couldn't get it to properly read and run and all this stuff. But now, thanks to goodoldgames.com, they have released it for $10. Bought it yesterday, installed it, and now we're going to be playing it. We have a hard out at 9. It's currently 7-11 from heaven, and I've been talking way too much, so before we go into the game, we need ultra brief updates. Sean Bloom, I want to start with you. What's the most interesting thing happening in your life? So much so that you need to bring it up before Blade Runner. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Searching my mind.
Take a moment.
Fuck. I was supposed to go on my honeymoon starting on Friday, and then it got canceled because the literal cruise ship that I was booked on is being quarantined right now outside of Tokyo.
For what reason?
Everybody aboard has coronavirus. That's not true. But there's 70 cases of coronavirus or something like that have been caught, and meanwhile everybody else there is just stuck in their room 23 hours a day for the last 2 weeks. It's pretty fucked up.
It's so
it's the Diamond Princess, right?
The Diamond Princess. That was my boat. Yeah, the Diamond Princess.
I did not put 2 and 2 together. Because, I knew that, you were going on a cruise and doing honeymooning in the general area of Southeast Asia as someone who made contributions to said honeymoon trip via the registry. I had some senses of it, but I didn't put the pieces together because for any of you who don't know, this particular cruise ship has been getting monitored and has constant reports coming from it because it's the media. They're portraying it kind of like season 2 of The Walking Dead, that people are getting infected and there's areas of the ship they're getting quarantined with pikes of heads of formerly living cruise ship members, and it's descending into a total Lord of the Flies style society as a result of the virus. And I was like, God, it's so crazy. And then it directly affects your honeymoon. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
wow.
Sean. One of you. Do you want to read what DK line 9206 said?
Coronavirus is better with a little Lyme's disease. Ah, yes. Continuing the trend of the Mexican beer virus. Coronavirus.
It's terrible.
Sorry. I know. I lolled.
It's one of these things that it's fascinating because a lot of my family just lives in Southeast Asia. My brother notably in Korea and my dad in Hong Kong. And so it's really weird that there's a whole lot of events that for my day-to-day life in Oakland, the Bay Area, people are just like, oh, look at that thing happening over there. And then I'll call my dad and he's like, yeah, no, pretty much the government's ordered everyone to stay home from work today. So things are kind of weird here, it's so weird for me to see that you are having your trip directly affected. It's so
right.
Weird. It's just crazy because it's so easy to just operate in a small bubble and to forget just how interconnected everything is and how small the world
No, totally.
is.
I mean, it was we were because there aren't a lot of cruise ships that are in this situation that are getting quarantined. I'm aware of 2. One of them is in Italy. And at this point, a lot of cruises have been canceled. But a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of travel that was just continuing along the same path. It wasn't clear that this was going to continue getting worse. People were trying to get it under control. it was just this one boat that happened to be our boat, and it's
insane.
Wild.
It's just, oh my gosh. Well,
but now it's good. It's good because it's good because we kind of dodged a bullet. Like this, if we'd gone on the trip, a couple of weeks ago, like it would have turned out much worse for us. And also, if this is the way that we are impacted by coronavirus, compared to all of the people who are in Southeast Asia who are being insane. Like directly affected by this, we got off pretty light.
That's a good way of seeing things. I have another friend who back in college, he's like a big fan of a particular baseball team. I don't remember which, and their pitcher suddenly died.
That is such a game developer thing.
I fucking love that.
There's
That's
some
so good.
baseball team he's a fan of, but for the purposes of this story, they're all interchangeable. Like
so the pitcher in their practices before the season, their pitcher died of just random death, and my friend's takeaway was that he was like, God hates me.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the exact reverse of this, right? This is not like having sympathies for those who are worse off than you. This is like, but really his death is about me. Those complete misattributions.
Yeah. So that guy aside, have you had that sort of situation where there is like a test, a sort of, I guess, an empathy test that someone else in your life has just failed? Like there was one person who said, I had actually accidentally given this person someone else's phone because I thought they had left this phone at my place.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, hey, it's not my phone. I thought about selling it and keeping the money.
Holy shit.
Then I figured like I should probably give it back. And I was like, that's okay, like, thank you. And
let me recontextualize my entire relationship with you. Wow.
Fascinating. Yeah, like, first of all that you thought that, second of all that you told me.
Right.
As if it was like a normal thing to say.
Right.
It's yeah. I don't know if you've ever had the veneer fall away with someone like that, but
man, well, because I feel like you there's like two questions. Like the first one was the empathy sort of out of control test, and the other one is like the complete perspective shift and change test. I don't have to go in reverse order. I don't have a specific one for that second case, but there is totally I had a number of relationships with people, just friendships in college, where the person would say, oh, yeah, I mean, like, if I had that going on, I would just tell an outright lie that looked like this to that person, so then I wouldn't have to deal with it. And I was like, you said stuff like that to me like 5 times. Okay. Like, huh. All right, well, I'm never gonna know, but I know. The other one was I was at a esports event in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, sometime in that range. And a hurricane just hit the event and just completely shut down all ability to broadcast out.
Whoa.
And that was that. And it was just one of those weird things where, I don't even have to ask if this is true. I feel like everyone who is in their 30s has been part of some project or some team where it went to shit and it was someone's fault. And you know what? If Jerry just knew what he was doing, or maybe it's one of those like, if I just knew what I was doing, I'm not going to tell a lie. I've been in charge of projects where I was a massive moron. And when it's done, all the fingers point to that person, and that person's like, yeah, no, it was me. But when there's a hurricane, it's a really kind of weird feeling because, like, it's like no one's in charge, but all the same bad stuff is happening, but there's no righteous outlet for it. You're just like, huh, well, this is just a thing that sucks. What do you know? Huh. Oh, yeah, well, I guess we'll try to plan around a hurricane next time. Like, I don't even know what the lesson is. Yeah, I mean,
this is like every die has a 1 on it, and it came up.
Yeah,
incredible.
It's insane. And this reminds me of I don't know what this quote is, but at least 80% of all things that happen are essentially random. And your goal is to figure out how to manage that 20%. That's what life is. Like, because there's that illusion of like, I have all this control over all this stuff, but really most of what's happening is just so far out of your control that it is functionally random. And it's about dealing with random inputs and then having a tiny amount of control of inputs. And then it's all about how you output and swim through all the randomness.
Interesting.
That makes a lot of sense, because today I was going to eat this lunch. I have these frozen lunches, and I was going to eat one. And then instead I went out and got something to eat. I paid a lot of money for just some stuff I didn't really want. And that is very random.
Very random.
I mean, like, you didn't even have control over yourself in that situation. I mean, that was just
not really. I mean,
the dice of the universe, the cards of fate.
Who could have predicted?
Yeah, like there's am I a random? Am I a system that's stochastic? Because if I am, then I can't be predicted. If I'm not a stochastic system, then it's all predetermined anyways.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you boiled it down. I think
free will is faux-castic.
What a perfect transition. Free will. What is its nature? Is it deterministic? Is it stochastic? Is it
fuck?
That
is perfect.
Is it fantastic? Is it absolutely spastic? Well, we're gonna find out in 1997's Blade Runner. And before I actually hop into this,
was actually a good transition.
It really was. That's actually one of the stronger transitions I've ever done in this show. A lot of the times I go, well, anyways, and then I just intro the game. So, one of the things that I want to note right away is that this was made in 1997 by Westwood Studios, which at the time was largely known for the Command and Conquer series. But also, I feel like in the mid and late 90s, there were a lot of UIs that felt connected to the game world. I think about the way that the Fallout UI looked, where it actually felt like it was using bits of material in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, or this that actually looks like some of the mechanisms in the movie Blade Runner, or even Halo, that actually, like, it felt like you had the visor of a helmet on. And a lot of interfaces today, a lot of UI, is just very lean and minimal, and it's there to be functional, and it doesn't try to be part of anything or whatever. And anytime I open up one of these games, I immediately open the menu and pause, because we have to do a show where we start from the beginning. And for whatever reason, games back then just fucking started the game. I don't know why. The games were just like, you turn me on, you must obviously want to play the game. You will not go to the options menu. Here's the start. So I wind up going to the main menu a ton, and you see this is called a floppy disk, for any of you who don't know. Data used to be stored on hard bits of plastic like this.
Wait, look at those choices.
I don't even know what this means yet.
Those could be the leadership team of a startup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put them in some circles. Put their heads in some circles.
Yeah. Huh. And it literally, I hit this question mark, and it tells me how the entire game works. Here's the menu. Because remember, why give a tutorial when you could have the player stop playing the game and read? Yeah, so we have walk. Look at this. Walk by left-clicking on the ground. Run by left-clicking multiple times. More clicks will make McCoy run faster.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
More clicks?
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm also going to turn up the volume for this opening cutscene, and as always, the audio compression is going to be a little funky. But then with this, we have a new game on easy, medium, or hard, and it is absolutely unclear to me what any of this information means.
Right?
Do you want to go for hard? Or is that cruel?
I don't
know what that means.
I feel like doing medium.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying hard, but I'm going to ignore 100% of them because it's funny to hit that button now, but 20 minutes in when everything stops happening.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned with.
It's removed all of the affordances.
Has anyone raise your hand if you understand the difference between these settings, and have played this game? Raise your hand, because we might just do easy, and we also might do multiple playthroughs. of the game. The reason I say this...
Do they have hands?
Hmm?
Do the viewers, do they have hands?
They have ASCII, which means
Some
they
of them
have
do.
everything at their disposal. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
the big thing is in this game, there are some people that are real and some people that are replicants. And it changes from playthrough to playthrough. It's randomly distributed, and their dialogue actually adjusts as a result of it, which makes it highly replayable. So I'm going to hit it with a medium. Let's go into the starting cutscene, and I want to note that graphically, this actually uses voxels to render the character. This is during the era of rotoscoping, but you will see that every character, when they walk through smoke, the smoke has volume, so you will see them enter into the smoke, and the light has volume that renders on their bodies. And if you've seen the movie, look at this shit.
Doink. This is so Blade Runner-y.
It is very Blade Runner-y.
Oh, this is titles! Oh, that's tight, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Holy
really good.
shit. They kind of were nailing it.
Early in the 21st century, the Tyrell Corporation advanced robot evolution into the Nexus phase, a being virtually identical to a human known as a replicant. The Nexus 6 replicants were superior in strength and agility and at least equal in intelligence to the genetic engineers who created them. Replicants were used off-world as slave labor in the hazardous exploration and colonization of other planets. After a bloody mutiny by a Nexus 6 combat team in an off-world colony, replicants were declared illegal on Earth under penalty of death. Special police squads, Blade Runner units, had orders to shoot and kill upon detection any trespassing replicant. This was not called execution. It was called retirement.
Damn.
Symbolism, 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 symbolism.
That, like, I don't know about those Blade Runners.
By the way, this happened a few months ago, in case any of you didn't
Yeah.
know. There it is.
This is pretty.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that opening crawl is the opening crawl from the movie.
Yeah. This game came out 2 years before The Matrix.
Shit, that's a good reference point.
Yeah. The Matrix came out, like, really early for its time. Really before its time, I guess.
Yeah.
Is this FMV? Is this CGI? What is this? Or is it just the movie?
Some of this, I think,
this
is
is-
the movie.
No, this is rendered. It's all rendered.
I'm leaving
Yeah.
now.
Holy shit, yep.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the
Holy
meal
fuck.
bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runser, please.
It's been a very long day.
I don't want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary.
Yikes.
We're closed. Come back tomorrow.
Wow.
Wait, I haven't finished with you.
Llamas?
I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I.
Oh!
That
Oh,
is the price for humility.
Oh, please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue.
Not my animals.
holy shit.
Begging you.
I'm gonna turn it up.
Yeah. We already killed a bird?
Yep. Well, no, I don't think that's
But
us.
what of honor?
think that's the
little
bad
man?
guy.
At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright.
Okay.
BR61661, report to
That's
Precinct
us.
headquarters, code
Wow,
It's
this
us.
is like a movie.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, it's like now. I want to know. This is very obviously a cutscene, but when we start getting to the real-time gameplay, it's really remarkable.
VR 61661, report to Division Headquarters. Code 3, repeat, code 3.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly led the cleanup crew.
3?
Year and a half on the job,
Code
it was
3.
still the
Code 3.
dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden's sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in, and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion chinions worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
I mean,
It's
Not
not
tonight's
bad at
Slim.
all.
no.
Yeah.
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse. They never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put him on the machine?
Hell no. There's a beautiful little thing in here called the magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter's.
Animal murder. Oh, those
AM
skin jobs
stands
got
for
no
animal
respect
murder?
for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that goddamn Eldon Tyrell ought to be zipped into a
Look
body
at the
bag
blur
of
of
flesh
the
to keep
focus,
space.
like the fake
Yeah.
To
camera.
him, we'd
It's
be
so
out
nice.
of a job.
It's pretty fucking
I
good.
think we're all overdue for a little off-road paid vacation.
I'm guessing all
Stop
this
staring at
animation
my
is
ass
manual
You
too,
got
right?
eyes in the back of your head?
Well, yeah, as opposed to like
All you
mocap.
gotta do is
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah, I
Sam.
think so.
Pretty good animation.
Yeah. For 94, there was no such thing as an
Animal
action.
sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals had died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable
Terran
batteries.
War.
So
No
this-
Oh, that's why
self-respecting
animal
human would
murder
own one
has
of
its
those
own-
frauds.
So this is the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Here we
so
Whoa.
take a moment. So I have control right now. So notice that as I move, the lights in the scene actually like change and pan
Yeah.
over me. And you can actually see this like affecting different sides of these characters around here. Or like look at this fire hydrant. You can actually see the light cycling
Totally.
through.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like very sophisticated tech. I can't believe they have this. So if I hit my escape button, this is where I was before. This is the help menu. Let me show you the world of what I've seen. So I'm just gonna start left clicking on some people. Oh, by the way, so
Hell yeah.
so left click is interact with. If I just look at the character. If I right click, I just immediately take out my gun.
Nice.
Yep.
And I think that it needs to turn green for me to confirm. But, so this blue arrow, I'm assuming, is get back into your police cruiser. Move around.
That makes sense.
That
Yeah.
makes
And we have to go in here. Yep, blue cursor's changed scene. So let's talk.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed. You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
What about
How's
the
old
dude
man
who got
Runciter
shot in the
holding up?
head?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight.
So, the Ulf is actually asking about the voxel rendering, and I do literally mean voxel, like volumetric pixel, where it's actually detecting where the space of the character is and lighting it correspondingly.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
like it's not using triangles, huh?
I don't know enough about voxels to be able to answer that. I only know like surface level information, but because a lot of this is 3D renders that are like scaled down to fit at somewhat low resolution, there's already some pixelation. So when the character is made out of chunky voxels, it actually looks like it's part of the environment, even though it's two different rendering systems.
Mm-hmm. Which is a problem in a lot of games
of
this era, where
Zilcho.
like
Row actions
the
inside.
backgrounds and the foregrounds look
Abstract
really
art.
different.
All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
This is so fucking noir, man. Like
Yeah.
this is ultra
He's already,
noir.
Wait a minute.
I feel like we've been this character before several times.
Wait. I want to see something. So let me talk to this person one more time.
Yeah.
Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
Okay, so
We didn't even do our quip again. That's cool.
I want to show you something. I'm going to remove the screen here. I'm going to disable this. What we have now is my desktop, and then this is the Scummvm status window. So in a lot of games that were run in this era, you would use DOS as the operating system, and then you'd load the game through that. This actually has a feed of internal dialogue.
Fuck?
That, like, almost always this is just log information. That has nothing to do with the game. But look at this, like, DL, what's that supposed to mean? I didn't write this line. JM, this officer has a talent for vivid metaphors. I don't even understand. This is so
What
this
the
is so
hell?
sweet. I've
Is that
never
like
seen this.
Is it commentary?
Oh, is that? Yeah, that might be director's commentary.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen this before. I have no understanding of what this is.
That's incredible.
Judging
Wow,
from the
look at
distance
this.
between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged his right
Jesus.
foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
You can see that guy's voxels when he moves real close to the
Yeah, see,
screen.
look at him move through, and you can see the lighting on the character change.
Fuck,
Like,
that's
see-
really good.
It's so important too because Blade Runner is always full of giant lights showing through
Totally.
giant fans.
Yeah.
McCoy,
Cast
LPD.
shadows and
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was two men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Alright. Well, looks like we found our perp.
Yeah.
Precious one. She was my baby.
Alright, so I mean, like, I don't see any dialogue options.
Can you
Just
think of anything
talk
they
about
might
it.
have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
All right, you know, I wanna try something. I'm gonna hit the escape button. I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna save it as this is a test. Now, first of all, let's just appreciate the audio and the like in-worldedness of all this stuff.
Fuck
This is
yeah.
very nice. Just. And I think the game is frozen.
Test passed.
Yeah.
oh shit.
Well, as it turns out, I'm a replicant.
Oh no.
I'm a replicant.
Oh no.
What do you know?
The problem is that you tried to run this on a computer and it's not designed for that.
Oh my god. Oh
Wow.
no.
Check
What the fuck?
Check the internal dialogue.
No, it just hard crashed. All right, well, let's open this puppy back up. Well, at least we know a lot of it was just talking about how cool the game is. So we can get right back to where we were in a quick jiffy loo. All right.
I'm
We're
glad
gonna-
that we tested it.
All right, see, well, as I was saying earlier, when you open the game, it's just like, BAM! It just
It
dumps
just
you
fucking
in.
goes.
Now, if I skip ahead,
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business
skipped
since most
cut by
real
cut.
animals had
Wow.
died out after the Terran War. There
Sort
were
of.
plenty of electric
That's-
ones
I don't
though,
think that's
powered by
that
rechargeable
uncommon.
batteries.
Yeah, no, you're
I
right.
think they're sort of like
No
put together
self-respecting human
different
would own.
cutscenes.
so
I mistook the gameplay for the
All right, so I think I
that
can't
was
do
better.
any spaces in there. That's what I'm going to try to glean from.
Oh
that.
shit! Okay, yeah, good call.
About
That's
30
smart.
counts of the shop's been.
That sounds like a 1997
Zilcho.
type invisible restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where I'm gonna
Canvass
tell
the
them.
area.
Change your conversational stance.
Yeah. What? Oh my God. Yeah. What does this do?
I don't know. I can't remember
Find
if this game
anything else out here?
has.
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
All right. So
Does
so
that
what about this?
Find anything else out here?
Zilcho.
All right. So let's go in. Let's do a test. Save,
Judging from the
right?
distance between one dragged it, the other appeared.
Yep. We've already heard this. Let's go ahead and save. Let's overwrite test.
Does it just change your voice?
And then let's pull out our
Or
gun
is
and
it
shoot
your
him.
voice?
Can I shoot him? No.
I think you can.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the default dialogue, and let's
That's
go
a
through this
default.
dialogue again. This is the one that it started the game on.
Right. Was there a tooltip when you hovered over that
McCoy,
that said
LPD.
default or something?
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was
look.
involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was two men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
There are
All right,
Hoover
so
pop-ups on
this-
conversation stances.
This is user choice.
User
This
choice.
is
Oh,
erratic,
Erratic.
surly,
Fuck
Normal.
yes. That's yeah.
polite.
Do user choice. Do
remember
user
this.
choice.
Oh yeah, I'm.
It might ask us every
I'm
time.
instantly on user choice because you know what? We're the users.
Yeah.
Oh, motives. What's he done?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and see, this is what I mean by like this
Jesus
era of games
Christ.
has the embedded dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, it runs like almost spookily smoothly. I think this is running at
That's
like
so.
it's running at like 800 frames per second, so this just looks
Yeah.
really good. But also just the whole idea of like a targeting cursor in here to match the
For no
aesthetic of
goddamn
the
good
movie.
reason. It's
Can
very.
you think of
Blade
anything
Runner.
they might
Yeah.
have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't
Yeah.
keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
I like
I'm not
how
Ever do any
that
business with the
guy
replicant
looks a
manufacturers,
little
Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron colt. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product? I'm ruined, totally ruined.
So let's do some hover. Oh, look at this. We have a little green.
Yeah,
You got
that's
any
in-
discs from that camera?
It's
Oh,
irrelevant.
shit.
Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that.
Fucking detective.
Dude,
Doing
look at this.
detective work.
Detective Day 9's on the case. Where's my mouse cursor? I'm still in the cutscene. I was wondering what was going on. I was like, guys,
yeah,
the game
yeah.
is crashing
I
again.
believe this.
Holy
disc
shit.
From last night.
Peachy.
So,
No. Oh.
did you try to shoot him and you were unable to do so?
Yeah.
My
It,
precious one. She was my baby.
so, it looks like, so here's the conversational choices. Here is, and so now I understand what it means by designer cut, which is like, what is the order of questions asked that the designer intends to create a informational sequence. Oh, whoops, what?
What? Wait, I don't understand. That is that a checkbox? That looks like a checkbox.
Yeah.
So turning that on. Oh, instead of taking a conversational stance or user whatever, it'll go through them in the order that the designer.
That's kind of a nice
Oh,
feature.
my God. Like, there's a
Graceful
tilde in action.
footprints. Limping footprints.
No, I think that's your.
Judging from the distance
Jarvis.
between the prints, I was looking for two very
your,
big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
Okay, so now we just got an item. We just got a disc.
Yes.
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault.
Nice. Can we shove the disc into the UI?
Video clips.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was 2 men acting in concert with her, obviously.
So here, this is actually a really nice thing because it's not like I feel as though we accidentally stumbled into this before it happened, which is these games were really good at in the 90s at like incorporating the menu system into the narrative in some way that this actually looks like the logs that I would have in store were I a police officer, were I a Blade Runner in this world. So it looks like here's the video. As it turns out, these are not. These are filters. So right now, all of them are enabled. So if I want just the video clips, this is what I get. So now that we picked up that disc, I was looking for an inventory item. Or like some sort of inventory. So I hit tab, I hit I, it didn't do anything. Open this up. Clicked on some bright things, and what do you know? Let's go to Runsiter's video. There's the disc. What do you know?
Is it loading?
Yeah, probably.
Do I hit this?
Click on the disc, maybe?
Oh my god, do I have to...
Maybe click on the fast forward sign? Do they mean play?
Oh, I have 100. I have $100.
100. Yeah.
Whoa.
So these buttons are here to navigate between these 3 options.
That's fucking amazing! Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Oh, are you holding that disc now in your, like, hand, sort of?
Beep.
Do we need to
so there's a whole part about Kia in the instructions.
Was there?
Go back. Yeah, there was. Go back to the options and look at the instructions under Kia.
Oh yeah. Activate Kia, McCoy's personal information manager, by left-clicking on him when he does not have his gun drawn. McCoy's money is displayed on the right side. There's a picture of a bullet at the bottom. As McCoy acquires new types of ammunition, more bullets will appear. Select which ammunition McCoy will use by clicking on the appropriate bullet.
Fuck, that's not particularly helpful.
Alright, so if I hit F6 for there's a clue database, a suspect database. Okay, so we have combat, we have KIA. So I don't actually feel like we can watch this right now, or maybe I'm just misunderstanding.
Yeah, it does seem...
Maybe we just have a disc. Maybe that, like, we need a disc reader.
You just keep looking at the disc.
Tell me about this Lucy.
What is this?
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk?
Fuck.
Someplace where she worked?
Note taken.
She used to eat over there.
Well, this guy is,
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
This guy's
I can click on myself to open
character.
the menu.
Oh, interesting. God, that little whir up is so good.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Oh!
Fuck, man!
Oh! Again, what? That felt like a missed opportunity, but whatever. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very good. That's very good.
Monkeys. Is that just an ad for monkeys?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Whoa.
Wait. We picked it.
You sent it to the negative.
Oh, yes! We can't watch videos. We're gonna have to go find a video player. Clicking on the video literally just showed us a 3D model of the video.
Yeah.
The toy dog.
So this is our purse. We pick it up and place it in our purse.
Totally.
What's this?
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
What? How?
A
candy
restaurant.
bar.
Howie Lee's.
Yuck.
Yuck. I'll take it.
All right, so we have.
So
Those
we
are
just sort of like
Rolos.
rotate objects into our bag, huh?
Look at those fucking Rolos. Brown.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown.
Cow?
I'd eaten there myself.
Oh, those are chopsticks.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing about Blade Runner is that everything is China. Or no, I guess it's all Japan because it was in the 80s. You remember, like in the 80s, in the 80s, Japan was going to take over.
Yeah, right. No, totally, because of cars. But
And cameras.
I think there's a very Hong Kong vibe to Blade Runner. Like, I think it's a
And yen.
It might be a more sort of, unified Asian sort of
Pan-Asian
a Pan-Asian aesthetic. I don't know.
cuisine.
Well, isn't that cute?
Well, look at these
isn't that
monkeys.
cute?
One more time.
Well, isn't that cute?
Isn't that not how you spell monkeys? Am I fucking wrong?
Well, isn't
It's
that
correct.
cute?
It's a weird word though because
No, you're right.
well, it's
right.
not
It
that
is
weird actually.
I mean, that's still.
No,
it's like
just
keys.
commit
It's like,
to it. That is one of the weirdest words I've ever seen is monkeys. Like, it really should be MONKIES, right?
Monkeys.
we
I'm
can
gonna
all
type it
agree
in
on
the
that.
chat.
Yeah.
Monkeys.
Can you go through the back curtain?
I could not. I could not click
Okay.
upon it.
Monkeys.
All right.
All right, we're scanning. We're scanning for pixels.
Monkeys or monkeys? English language.
I feel
Why
like we
monkey
can.
is not monkey?
What's
There's
the
threads
thing
about
sort of in
this.
the? Oh, that's a cage. I see. And on the wall on the right, there's not anything you can do.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And
I think we could go back to headquarters and probably find a way to watch that video.
sounds good. Let's go.
All my animals.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to spam click to go faster.
Holy shit! Yes.
Oh!
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of
Didn't
any
add up.
theft, the small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
Yeah.
It's true.
Maybe he got what was coming to him.
I could have sworn in the cutscene that guy got shot in the face. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, no, he got the gun put to his neck, it cut, and then we heard blam, 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 so you'd think it was him getting shot, but actually...
It was the animals.
Yeah.
Look at that Chinese-style umbrella. I think it's Chinese or some more Asian.
This,
But look at
Oh,
that.
that, yeah.
That's that, and then
Want something?
Piece of chrome.
The Western
On the car?
umbrella.
No, I think it's
Interesting
horse chrome.
centrism.
Bag it and tag it.
Horse chrome.
Horse chrome? Is
I think
that...
that was sarcasm. I think
think
that
it
was
was sarcasm.
noirish sarcasm.
Noircasm.
Noircasm.
I had a noirgasm. Sorry, that's stupid.
It's pretty good.
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
Unless the city had
What do you
a jet
mean?
black fire truck.
Because how are they going to get him? Are there cameras out here? Can we get the footage?
Nothing
So
even
he's saying
remotely
that they were
interesting,
in a
but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
All right, so there's this whole... I'm hovering to look for green zones, but I think you're right, Sean. I think we got to go back to the... Oh, let me run to these people.
Canvass
Hello.
the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
All right.
So,
Ooh, Gullwing, sort of.
why did they send a Blade Runner to do this?
Because the guy was saying that only a replicant could have done this.
Got it. Okay.
So here's McCoy's apartment. We can go to the police station. We can also go to Chinatown. And we have a wrapper for
We have chopsticks.
yeah.
We have chopsticks for a
which-
restaurant down there.
And Sean, do you want to go to the police station or do you want to detour to
I want to go to
Chinatown?
the police station because it seems like that security video is a stronger lead than the chopsticks we found just on the floor.
Whoa! Does it look this cool every time we go somewhere?
Oh my god, and this is the game.
That's so tight.
This is really good.
I just want to run everywhere at an increasingly click spammed accelerated speed. Let's see if we get the zoom effect. Oh
Not
my
there.
god.
Not that time. Shit, look at this fucking in-world interface.
It's good.
Goddamn love it.
Roof.
I love that it cut to the interface at exactly the time it would in
Laboratory.
like a film too.
I'm
Like
gonna
it felt seamless.
The third floor is dedicated. Oh, laboratory. Okay,
Would you
that
think
makes
it's
more
that?
sense.
Wait a minute.
Lavatory.
Does it yell what the floor is?
Laboratory.
Oh! Yeah. So, with all the things that I can hover over, you hover, and after just a sec, boom, there it shows up the tooltip. But here, it's actually diegetic. It's
Mainframe and shooting range.
Whoa.
Ground floor. Lockup. Roof. Laboratory.
roof, baby.
Roof.
I guess
Baby.
laboratory.
Hey, Sean, what does the dog say?
The dog says,
Roof.
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like Snickers, but I prefer baby.
Roof.
It's good.
All right, I'm going in.
Laboratory.
Well,
I
let's
think
go back.
laboratory is where they have video playing equipment.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. We got the animal corpses from Runcitas, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Animoid Row.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
And they're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope you're not pulling a meat cleaver out of my back next week.
This is good dialogue. I just learned that in this world, fake animals are so sophisticated that you bone marrow test to see if they're real.
Yeah, okay, to be honest, a lot of the games I play are not about story at all. And I am pretty used to the conceit of just the game dialogue. It's just there as some flavor. Like when you play chess, you got pawns and bishops and knights and kings. And they're just there for a little flavor. We're here to actually play chess. Like I always blow off all dialogue in a game, but Lee, you're right, man. It's pretty good. I want to see if I click on myself and then I click on my, I don't know, my video clips, my Runciter's video. Can I like use this?
Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant? It's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact
ground
is almost
car.
head on. And there ain't too many spinner drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
Sean, can you start calling your car a ground car? I don't even know if you actually have it. But if you do, or if you get one, can you start calling it a ground car?
You mean like call my Honda that I own like
a ground car? Did you catch that when you said that?
That piece
Yeah,
of chrome we
100%.
found outside of Runcitas is from a 1995 Pontiac.
Oh, it's just automatically
Nice set of
showing.
wheels.
Yeah.
It's okay, not what I call a classic.
Anything else?
Zip, man. Try me later.
Oh, so I basically just get the items and then just continue to click on the people, and instead of having to click a button to obviously show them, What else fucking
does it?
And shooting range.
Mainframe? Did you say mainframe?
Violent street
Mainframe
crime in the
and
city
shooting
rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest
Holy
figures
shit,
from the
it's
Department of
news
Justice.
program.
This audio from
Fucking Deckard.
Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials
television
registered as
audio
city
has
residents,
no reverb
and promised
to
a
it.
tough new set of standards for the
So
City
it's
Immigration Bureau by next month.
Amazing.
not set in space, right?
Fucking love it.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
I want to see how to skip dialogue in this game.
Nothing even remote if I was going to root through
Okay,
There you go.
escape is the button.
Someone
Found the
was
button.
here. Someone was here.
Lucky Strikes, Crystal's brand. I knew she was spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
Training maze.
Lucky Strikes too. Wow.
You definitely, there's
it's toasted.
definitely a shooting minigame.
Do you do you guys know about Lucky Strike cigarettes?
Yeah,
I think they were really big in World War II.
It's
Kind of,
toasted.
and then-
Yeah, man. Isn't that the Mad Men brand?
Oh, it's toasted.
Well,
Oh,
if it ain't Ray McCoy, Bryant finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece?
Don't leave home without it.
Steele's been running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Guzzo was going to requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Guzzo could be one tough hombre. I remember when we worked mice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July out there.
Peachy.
Ha ha.
that's this is all very good characterization though.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it is. It's excellent. It felt really kind of over the top, all of the ultra noir shit at the very beginning, but as they are keeping it up, like I'm getting more into it. Like I'm easing into it a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard Brandon Sanderson talk about how like a lot of world building and story is about promises. Where like if you have 2 buddies who are just like chatting and being funny with each other right at the start, that's sort of a promise that you're going to see them being funny and chatting throughout the whole thing. This is going to be lighthearted. This is going to be sort of a comedy. And if you suddenly switch to like severe drama halfway through, that can actually be off-putting. And it's sort of like the same thing where it starts with this real sort of gritty, like everyone's gruff and rumbling at each other and it smokes all the time. And then they just like keep it up. They're just fulfilling the promise established right at the very start. One thing that's not happening though is the sort of shading that's been consistent here. It doesn't seem to happen with these things, and I'm devastated.
That is a shame.
The other thing is this: in real life, sometimes people do, like if in like a coffee place or a restaurant or something, or even just like a store, they will put the light above the fan, which causes this like strobing effect because if fans are going at full speed, you know, it'll strobe the light, and that's the worst. That's the worst because it's a mistake, and it's annoying.
Yeah, but you got to put the fan on top and the light on the bottom. You're right.
Yeah. Which, in this world, I think they've just solved that strobing by slowing the fans down.
Right, exactly.
It's actually it's just a very cool room, and so they don't even need to turn the fan on very high. So,
yeah.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been...
The more you do it,
you keeping busy, pal?
You keeping busy,
nah,
pal?
the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
I do like how sort of garbled people's faces look because it gives them just enough
Hit the lock, Jack.
ambiguity.
It's fucking closure, man. So when I worked at ICT, we saw a presentation by somebody who was doing research into I don't know, something about graphics, and it was he basically had a extremely low res display that was like 15 by 15 pixels, but blown up really big. And he could play images over it that were totally nonsensical. But if you put a like rice paper or something that would cause like a blur.
Yeah.
Physically over the screen, over the display, all of a sudden it became like recognizable figures and images and movements, and it was like it was a really cool demonstration of the sort of closure effect where you are given you're given outlines and not quite enough detail, but your mind fills in the detail.
Yeah.
And like how soft shapes really sort of allow for that, and hard shapes don't. Like,
well, then it's also interesting because this game would have been on CRT monitors, which are a little bit more bleed in between the pixels.
Yeah, totally.
I'm trying to remember the name of the artist that does like that. That is his entire body of work. I'm moving LED lights with glass over the top. I'm actually typing in like full sentences. But
I've never tried that.
I mean, I actually had to make a piece on him in grad school, and I literally cannot remember his name. Also, so we're seeing, this is the shooting game, where I'm just shooting stuff. I don't know if there's a leave button here.
You probably have to finish the course, right?
I didn't know if it was
Completed sequence.
Okay, yeah.
Proceed to next station.
Okay, next station.
Yeah, what do they mean by next? Probably to the left. I'm betting you go left.
You go left?
Yeah,
oh,
you're
yeah,
right. Always left.
Oh shit! Man, when it pulls those out, it's real good.
That's what I was thinking about doing. With,
Where's your micro, Sean?
Damn! No! Oh, innocent. It's actually
There's
really
innocence?
hard because it's...
Holy shit! She's got a baby!
I have a baby!
Fuck!
It's actually scaling my mouse sensitivity,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
super sensitive in this window.
No, I was
But
just being a shit.
The real answer that I feel like the question you're asking is I still got it.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Oh, I just shot an innocent. My bad.
Don't shoot the baby.
So that if they have a blue gun, they're bad. Is that bad?
Gun.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Completed sequence.
Complete.
Proceed to next station.
Still got it, man. Still got it. Hey, you're right, Lee. It's always to the left.
Yeah.
This is the maze. They call it a maze because
you just
always
keep going
go to
left.
the left. Yeah.
This really looks like some...
Damn.
Whoa! She came out of the sewer with a baby.
I just keep shooting a guy. I think because the guy isn't holding a baby, I just shoot him. Like, is that bad that I just...
I don't know. It's hard to say. That was definitely bad.
Yeah, I definitely shot a mother for sure right there. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. The
Yeah.
woman has a baby. The guy is just a guy. He's just standing there. He just doesn't have a blue
Okay.
gun.
How do you know which ones are the perps?
They have a blue
Completed
gun.
sequence. Proceed to next
But
station.
sometimes the blue gun is sort of hidden.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, keep going left. Now, if I spam clicked, I would get there a lot faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead you just
No,
did
that's
kind of a moon jog.
Oh shit!
That baby's loaded.
I guess that's a baby and not like a grenade launcher.
I mean, in this world, who knows?
That's my cop instincts.
See, there's a little bit of blue on him. You guys are just watching me own.
Damn.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, no, 100%.
This is it.
Oh, that is Chinese, right? Those are Chinese characters.
These
well,
look
it's yeah.
I'm so basic that I only know the difference between Chinese and Japanese characters because the Chinese ones are more complicated. They just have more lines on them.
Well, a lot of the Chinese characters are incorporated into Japanese.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just really gently walking there. All right.
What is an Esper room? Is that where you learn magic?
Oh shit! I guess I shot too many innocent men. Oh,
I mean, you're
man.
still doing better than Deckard.
20. Oh, that's funny.
Hi, sweetheart. I shoot a lot of just dudes sitting there. Come here, Desper. Okay. All right. So here is. This is the shooting range over
Shooting
here.
range, yeah.
And so this has got to be the mainframe.
Mainframe? Maybe the mainframe is a bar.
Oh
Whoa.
my god, we are so good at using
man,
devices.
so good. Also, my favorite thing about Blade Runner is that they have the technology to zoom around corners in still photographs. So,
Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
Fuck yes.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like with machine learning, like that's becoming increasingly like possible.
Run sitter crime scene.
You just might have
but
one
not
too
for
many dogs and...
No, hold on. Hold on. You can't find novel details.
You can find details. You can find novel details. They might not correspond to anything that exists.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So
totally. You can generate all sorts of around the corner that you want, man.
Fair enough.
I mean, what I'm doing is I'm providing like exception to what you're saying, but also not adding any value. I am the student that sits in the front row. What's my?
Oh my god! Wait a minute.
What?
Are we gonna be able to do the enhance thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think we're literally gonna do
We're
that.
about to do.
Yeah, we're gonna choose a quadrant.
I saw the grid.
It fucking says enhance this quadrant.
Oh. Yeah! Oh, this is tight! Oh, shit!
Go!
We did it! I have never...
I want to see what's going on here.
Oh, that's as far as it goes. Oh, that's tight.
Oh, and it smooths it.
So fucking
that is
good,
fucking
man.
great.
That's so good.
That is really recording. Is that it?
That's max. You got it to max.
And it's got that little slideshow sound to it.
Yeah, totally.
It's great.
So that's the gorilla portrait that was destroyed, ripped apart. And I wonder what's on that TV monitor.
This is a very good gorilla.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, can you imagine the day in the office where they were like demoing this interface for the other people at work?
Oh my god, I can't.
Tight.
I mean, it's so goddamn good. It's like, hey, do you want to live in Blade Runner?
So
because that's what we're doing.
It goes to the
Run
screens.
sitter crime scene.
Oh shit! Who's that dude? Shadowy figure in the doorway. Zoom in on his legs.
Hope he's got a long coat. We all need long coats.
I just zip right past him. All right, okay, let's.
Oh fuck!
Oh, it did enhance it.
Give me a hard copy of that.
Hell yeah!
Ah, the hard copy.
Oh, my copy is
What's
getting
the badge on the guy's chest behind him?
Looks like a parachute badge.
I cannot zoom in.
What is
anymore.
What's a parachute badge?
Parachute buckle, I meant to say. It's the badge that says I am allowed to use a parachute.
Ah, okay.
It's Candy Crush Saga. We're all like, oh yeah, we all know one.
It's so good.
Oh.
Can I just like look at this man?
He looks like a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Run sitter, crime scene.
is there anything else that we actually need to look at here?
I think we need to see
what about that
something.
screen?
What's
What's on the screen?
Where's the screen? Oh, here?
Right, yeah, right there.
Took me a moment to find it.
Huh.
It's like a leopard. Okay, alright, well.
Looks great.
By the way, each right click backs it out a click. It's really nice.
Yeah, I know, that's really good.
And then you draw your gun.
It's excellent.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, can we tell, is there, Candy's not there, is it? Oh fuck, what?
A sushi menu from Howie Lee's. Give me a hard copy of that.
Nice.
Ooh, dude.
We're so good at this.
Holy shit. Okay. That feels so good.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
The director of Subnautica. Well, so first of all, a lot of the information that I'm regurgitating about this game comes from this fantastic video series on YouTube from Ars Technica called War Stories, where developers just talk about various problems and hurdles they had to overcome. There's one by one of the creators of Cyan Worlds about Riven and Mist. That's just fantastic. But there was a piece there from the director of Subnautica who talked about if you don't tell the person what their goal is and tell the person the steps along the way, you kind of let them do it. It feels so good. Like, an example he used is when you get enough materials to build your first submersible that lets you go really deep. Like, when the player finally gets this huge ship to just, like, appear that they can get in, they're just like, ah, look what I have wrought, you know? And, like, it's sort of the same thing here. It's not like, look for both clues in the portrait. Like, there's this implication that there could be more.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably not, but holy shit, there could be.
Yeah.
Should we look at the other one? Should we look anywhere else? I'm just going to zoom in on this tiger.
It's a good call.
Even just
I might feel like
Easter
the
eggs.
tiger's probably just cute, yeah.
Dead?
Even just,
No, he's not dead. He's alive.
He's not
still.
dead yet, yeah.
Here.
He's about to be dead. I mean, just the fact that you can zoom in and you just get this fidelity increase is just so sick.
No, it's fucking great. It's real good.
Yeah, so this is... Okay.
So,
this is taking place right before the...
Run sitter, crime scene.
Crime.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, I feel like it's very obviously we zoom in on these dudes, but like, what about the plates on the car?
Ooh, that's smart. I don't really get a good view.
How smart is a day 9?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh my
god!
Fuck!
Plate? Give me a hard copy of that.
Amazing!
Oh my god! Oh, dude,
Jesus.
like that's like this is what I'm talking about. That's so fucking sick. I mean, like, let me tell you, they very clearly were like, yeah, put these 3 very conspicuous things in these photos. But I'm like, I bet there's nothing in here except what this little detective mind can uncover. Like, I feel like I found it.
That's fucking good. That's really good.
The instant it zoomed all the way the fuck out, I was like, oh, we either found a bug or the solution. Oh my god.
That's good. Good day's work.
All right, well.
Wow. Do we get our hard copies?
Probably.
Uploading
They in your
personal
inventory?
clue database.
Nice. I said a hard copy.
Downloading mainframe clue database.
Oh, interesting.
Clue database transfer complete.
Okay.
You guys feel that clue?
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Shit, yeah.
But what does the toy dog have to do with
Wait.
the candy?
What's the fucking factory bombing?
Factory bombing.
Where?
On the left, under crime scenes. We now have a second crime scene.
That's creepy.
You got to look at some clue types, yeah.
Ah.
This is another detective's case.
Oh, we just downloaded.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354. Still working the explosion at the Tyrell manufacturing plant. It'll take a day or so to analyze the debris, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're dealing with a bomber here. Right now, it looks like the protesters had nothing to do with it. They were in too close proximity to have been in on the deal. No MOs or identities are rolling up just yet, and I'm still going through the inset files to see if any replicant munitions experts are unaccounted for.
She really does her notes in a kind of affected way.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS, Citizens Against Replicant Slavery, November 22nd, 2019.
I once again asked that my attorney...
Shut it, shitbird. I'm asking the questions. We've already put you on the machine, so we know you're not a skinny job.
That term offends me.
Okay, so you're not one of those biomechanical scumbags, and you claim to not know anything about the bombing at Tyrell.
This is true. We advocate equal rights under the law for replicants. We have nothing against Tyrell Corporation for creating them.
That's some sick logic.
The replicants are living organisms, whether people like you like it or not. Replicants contribute greatly to the economic well-being of our culture. They cannot be discounted as such.
Hell, it'd be no skin off my nose if each and every one of them was hosed down for good. You ever see this guy?
Why, yes. Actually, I have. He was present at the protest. He's not part of our group, but outsiders are usually welcome.
How many new faces showed up that day?
Not too many. A handful at most.
Describe them to me.
I don't know if I can.
Oh no. Recording off.
Whoa.
Fuck!
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready. Here we go.
Recording back on.
Describe them for me again.
There was a Rastafarian fellow, and one of our ex-members showed up.
Who's that?
A Japanese man named Izo.
Why'd you get rid of him?
We're a pacifist organization, and we have rules. One of them is no weapons allowed. Izo refused to check in a samurai sword at the door during meetings.
Where can I find this Izo?
He owns one of those little secondhand stores downtown.
Let me ask you a question. Who the hell bankrolls your operation?
Well, we have a number of anonymous donors, people with resources and sources.
Such as?
So anonymous, even I don't know who they are.
I almost believe you.
Whoa!
Fuck,
Magic Fist
man.
is still being beaten.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Wow. All right. Okay.
You know-
Okay. I'm playing a video game again. Dude.
How about that hand thing? You want to put your hand on that old-timey radio there?
You know I want to touch the radio.
Oh, Jesus.
Which of these monitors is your favorite?
I like the... I kind of like the blue one with the corners cut off.
That is nice.
Ooh,
the
that's a nice
sort of
looking
Battlestar one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
you
like
can-
the one that looks like a monitor, but it's actually just a fan. That's a cool one.
This one? These ones here?
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, dude, I love retro
Look
features.
at, do you see the monitor on the left-hand side that was embedded in pneumatic tubes?
Yeah, that's
oh,
a good
yeah,
one,
look
too.
at that. So that way you can just sort of like tune into Tube TV. This is great. All right, well, you know, there's also there's a nice mix of depth, but also incredible simplicity. Like, we go into this room, we can very obviously only click on the computer. Then upon doing that, we can very obviously only click on these two images. And in this area, we did a gun range, we completed it, there's nothing else interactable, and I'm like, great, I got it. There's
there
not this
like,
overflow of information yet.
Is there such a
Old
thing as
copies of
negative
case
space?
files, notices,
in-
and memos. The usual station junk.
Related to affordances, is there such a thing as like negative space? Like showing where there are clearly maybe versus clearly are not any affordances. Like if we look at the floor,
Yeah.
That wire is a maybe, but like most of the floor is not.
It's
it
very
is the
clearly
thing.
not. Huh?
Look at that. If you follow the wire, you can.
It's a
go
trash
right
can.
there. Oh, it's a trash can. Well, if I wanted to go through the trash, something, expectations.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what I mean,
there's
though?
like things that are interactable in this. There's like the whole idea of negative space, where like here is a big void of nothing. Therefore, there's interactable on the far left side, nothing, 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 nothing. Far right side, and there's even like negative space in between these doors and this middle one. But also, like anything that's interactable generally has some motion associated with it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oops, I clicked on myself.
That is a good point. Yep.
Did you ever see that insane
Ground floor.
document about
Lockup.
Breath of the Wild design?
Yeah,
Where
that was
they-
great.
With like triangles and squares and stuff.
Yeah.
That was so good.
This is lockup.
Whoa.
Oh my god, there's just
This
humans
is just
down here.
prison?
Who's that
What does the green light
dude?
mean? That would make me think it meant.
Are they letting me out?
Oh, it means
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
Green's
like
locked.
I suppose
properly
it's my
locked.
turn to
Yeah.
bear the cross for the cause.
Because
You're
red
Spencer
means
Gregorian,
open.
right?
No. I really think my lawyer
red
should be
means
here.
improperly locked.
All right, I'm pretty sure this is Gregorian, the guy that we heard in the recording.
Yeah, definitely.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I didn't know the Rastafarian.
And the sword.
The Asian fellow was one of our ex-members. Izo was his name.
How long did you know him for?
Oh, his name.
Let's see. I met him about 5 years ago.
Uh-oh.
He seemed so smart and balanced.
Here comes the rando.
He really wanted to help the replicant people.
Then what?
He started associating with the more militant factions. I was astounded when I heard he was supplying weapons to some of them.
Look at the
What kind of
lighting
weapons?
change on this.
Guns
third
so
character.
new that even the police had hardly
It's
used them, I
distracting
heard.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. He's so wonderfully awkward. Just
Yeah, no, I mean, what Bruce Block is just like, your eye is more than anything, pays attention to motion. That's it. And like, you know, it's the scene is partly abiding by that, because when I begin the dialogue, we both start flailing around like tube men. But when this guy's shooting by.
I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause? Spencer?
Yes, sir, we're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
Oh, he interrupted himself.
Damn.
Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2
Binary.
centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped...
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk.
Jerk.
Jerk. Shitbird. Total jerk. Alright.
what was I just thinking? I was thinking something so interesting.
Gosh.
Man.
That's all you ever think,
man.
honestly. Oh, man.
If I hadn't forgotten it, it would have been so...
What's a void conf?
I'm gonna give you a little test.
That's a test
The other
to see if he's a
detective,
replicant.
she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care...
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
Oh!
Whoa!
Fuck. Hell yeah. We're gonna do a whole goddamn thing.
It has a bellows?
Ask the turtle question.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, what was that? What was that?
Calibrate void conf machine.
And what was that?
Human reaction gauge.
Okay.
Replicant reaction gauge.
No
I think we have
information.
to calibrate it.
Yeah, that would be my guess. It's
Reaction
blinking.
time is a
Calibrate.
factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer.
Whoa.
Oh shit! Yeah, just the calibration.
How is this?
Okay, all right, sweet. I get it. Start with low intensity whatevers.
You don't want to just
So,
go full
it
spicy?
doesn't look like I can adjust these.
No. It's gonna do a thing, and that's gonna help you tell
You
whether
notice
it's a
someone
human
attractive
reaction.
across the room.
If I thought the attraction was mutual, I would ask her out for coffee or lunch.
Whoa, retinas.
Fuck, that was good. So that went right up to baseline.
What's baseline?
You're crying. Why is that?
Crying? It's nothing to be ashamed of. I might cry for any number of reasons.
I'll bet.
So so that little black mark marks sort of the calibration question, like where the meter went on a calibration question. And then we can ask different questions and see, compared to calibration, how intense is the response. And then I'm not 100% sure what's going on the left, but it's registering sort of like, I think, an expected human response versus an expected replicant response.
Yeah.
So some of these questions, there might be a difference in what we would expect a human to do versus what we would expect a replicant to do. And then I think we compare that to the gauge in the middle.
Yeah. And I will also stress that in each playthrough, different people are replicants. So,
Right.
this test actually will... It's not just like, oh yeah, this person's a replicant, so you just walk up and you're just like, alright, let's execute this person. Like,
wow.
So we'll hit calibrate.
In a magazine, you come across a full-page photo of a nude girl. The girl is lying on a bearskin rug.
Disgusting. I throw that trash away.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
I try to do better next time.
I have no idea if this guy's a replicant.
Let's max it out.
Like my briefcase? Department issue. Baby hide. 100% genuine human baby hide.
Appropriate. For a killer.
He didn't... Uh-oh. Thing didn't move.
This guy went down on the human reaction gauge and went up on the replicant reaction gauge. We're gonna
You
hit him
rent
again.
a mountain cabin. On the walls, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints. A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
I lead.
Huh.
So there was only one where he really
yeah,
diverged between human and replicant.
You see a documentary about 20th century tuna boats. At the end, you feel like taking up fishing.
Ridiculous.
You've been drafted into the army.
That seemed human.
During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh yeah, you're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors.
I don't really understand.
All right, I'm a replicant. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's weird. Let me just, it was low
I don't.
intent.
Are we gonna receive training on this? Maybe.
I doubt it. I bet this is the whole game. It's just like we're just constantly gonna. And you know what? I bet we are as qualified as an actual Blade Runner would be.
They just hand them the device.
Yeah.
They're like, go to town.
Well, so let's okay, so we know the moving parts to this thing, right? There's just two dials. Or two readouts.
Yeah, like I mean it's this
one.
Well,
Is
there's
a
sort of
minus
three.
5 plus 5.
I have
And
no
the
idea
other
what
is-
this is.
I think that's.
Oh, I didn't see that was -5 to +5. Okay, so then that makes more sense. That that dial does correspond to the meters on the left, which go up and down from neutral.
But what does minus and plus mean? Is that just like galvanic response?
I think
stuff?
yeah. I think that's magic. I think it's -5 to +5 magic.
Yeah.
And okay, and so his normal response, his calibrated response is -2. So, if we ask a question that has like a human reaction is positive and a replicant reaction is negative, and his response is less than -2, then he's probably a replicant. And if it's more than -2, then he's probably a human. You see?
Do you know what the question?
Let me try.
Do you know what a human response to a question is?
I think we do. I think that shows on the left-hand thing.
Okay.
I think that the top meter on the left-hand screen is how would you expect a human to respond, and the bottom is how would you expect a replicant to respond.
Okay, so you're saying the far left thing is the expected, and then the second.
That's what I'm
left
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm going to do a low
And now
intensity question, and I want you to explain this to me.
For your
I've
anniversary,
lost connection.
your spouse gives you a real
I'm the
goldfish.
replicant. Maybe the replicant
I
is the
donated
friends
to
that
a
we've
family
met
that
along the
couldn't
way.
afford an animal.
Oh, he
You're
didn't
suddenly very afraid. Why?
Perhaps I've just seen one of you Blade Runners. What's the term? Retire someone.
That'd make a rep scared.
Killing makes everyone afraid.
Test terminated.
So that one was hard to judge because both the human and the replicant went positive, but the replicant went further positive. So if we did a bunch of those, we could try to gauge, like, is he more...
You keeping busy, pal?
Like a replicant or
Please
more like a
leave me
human?
alone. My migraine's acting up.
Your migraine.
You keeping busy, pal?
I think...
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
All right, well, that's that. Okay.
Police on the job. Police on the job.
I don't see anything else to interact with, so I'm just going to go back. Okay, so when we did this, we've done 3, 2, bottom, but we haven't gone to ground floor because I kind of assumed that this would actually open the game up more. It's time to open it up.
Holy
Ooh.
fuck!
Oh, we've been here. We were talking to other guy down here.
This is the ground floor of the police station? It looks like a train station.
Yeah. It's, yeah, you're right. And the lights are on technically, but
they don't reach the ground?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Just look at my character actually like change his lighting. Like looks like he's kind of bright, and then he's gonna step out and get all dim.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's very good.
Does a hell of a Charleston too.
God, I love it.
Oh my god, it's so good. Okay, so this is the elevator up.
This is aesthetic.
All right, so I have the down spot. I can use McCoy with down. I don't think I can use McCoy with up. So let's just get the hell out of here.
Like this is the same police station. Because it's also where Deckard works.
I could spam click to speed through this, but I'm not going to.
No.
Oh my god, these transitions.
That was
okay.
Nice.
No, it's wild. That was very cinematic.
I actually.
Whoa, look at that guy's voxel.
My god.
The guy to the left, he's voxeling out.
He's having a voxely old time. Alright, let's chat him up.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it.
Okay, already done.
Alright, well, I mean, boy, you were talking about negative space earlier, and I'm feeling the negativity. There's nothing to do, man.
I know. Look at all those microphones, though.
Yeah, no, it looks very similar to my room.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Hello, viewing audience. Remember to subscribe, put your report in the mainframe, and I'll read it later.
Can you go out the front door? Can you, like, go out on street level?
It looks like the answer is nope.
Okay.
Street level with all those ground cars.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm booking it. Whoa!
It looks like we're watching the movie on VHS. That's what this looks like.
I mean, this framing is so good, and like this is something I loved about the original Final Fantasy on PlayStation. Is you have these beautifully arted backgrounds that have a really deliberate framing and really specific areas where your character can walk, and I just find it in many ways so much more compelling than like over-the-shoulder camera.
What game are you talking about?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yep.
All right, Lee. Sean Bloom had the choice to go to the police station. Do you want to go to our apartment? Do you want to go to Chinatown?
I'm going to go to Chinatown. Let's go to Chinatown.
We can also go back to the animal shop and be like, "Hey, you had fake animals."
Yeah. Could we VK him? We didn't have that option before.
Oh, it's like Nighthawks at a diner.
Oh, yeah.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new soup,
there's been
soy
3 Terran
mixed
Wars?
with off-world lichen.
I think World War III probably is what he's talking about. Terran now. Oh,
You got anything into
Oh, they just like we retroactively call it World War One.
Yeah.
They retroactively call them the Terran Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because World War wouldn't make any sense, and you wouldn't want to say Earth War. Although
well,
you
they call the whole planet Terra now. They
Yeah.
refer to it as Terra a couple times, which is
Yeah.
fucking weird. Like,
McCoy, LPD, I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
Have to mix more out back.
All right.
interesting. Can we talk to the chef while he's gone or something? I don't know.
Chef boy howdy.
I'm gonna go follow this guy. He says I'm gonna make more out
Oh,
back.
sure. Smart.
Going in there.
Can you imagine? I just thought of something. Imagine if you had never and didn't know what Blade Runner was, and then you played this game. Wouldn't you be like shitting yourself?
Dude, right?
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute.
Air bad.
Lucy!
Yeah.
And I still have
Done.
my reticle. Done.
Yeah,
It's only take a minute. All right, see you later.
I'm looking for a girl about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
Okay.
This guy
Stick
is
around.
really...
I might want to talk to you later.
He's very character actor, isn't he?
What's the thing on the left? Is that like a
I think
an
that's
order?
a soup. That's a soup computer.
The soup computer. Like, it's very good.
That's subtle. That's very subtle.
Oh wait, that was a like supercomputer. I didn't even. That was not in pun. Not even recognized. That's funny. I was just saying that it was. My dumb idea was that it was just a computer that had something to do
Beautiful
with
night,
soup.
isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
All right. I want to ask you about the clues.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's got your name on it, doesn't it?
Restaurant supply. This goes all the way up to the restaurant supplier.
All right. Dude, I'm just going to keep asking about more runs that are clues.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Howie favor, distribute all through our police station.
Oh yeah.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin, just a month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
Maybe he's well.
What?
What's real fresh tonight?
Maybe everybody's a replicant.
Just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else.
You're not from around here? Maybe you're a replicant.
Anyway,
we had ourselves a nice little town before
You're a pretty
you showed
smart-looking
up.
cat. Want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information
Wappy
for.
Daba says, did a
Unfortunately, my man,
pirate just
I
walk
got a
by?
book.
Whoa, there he goes! Oh shit! You scared him off!
Dynamite, old man. Catch you later.
Excuse me, pal.
What?
His acting is...
What a fucking character!
Yeah.
I mean, I have
Walk
never
this
felt
way, sir.
confident enough to walk like that. Well, it's interesting because you have a character like this that's clearly part of the background.
Right,
And then this is clearly part of the foreground.
Yeah.
And I actually like how intentionally peeled away these characters are.
Peeled away?
Yeah, like there's this guy he's just been walking in circles.
Excuse me, pal.
Oh.
And he ignores you.
This is gorgeous.
It's really pleasing to look at.
Even the car. Did you notice all this stuff happening? Like, did you see the car that goes by in the sky every once in a while?
Oh yeah, right there.
Oh, there's another one too. It's just incredible.
Has anything changed?
It's
Stick
also
around.
cool that
I might want to talk to you later.
now it's got a retro charm to it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, up and away?
Yeah.
Or should we pull out our gun and start blasting? Okay, I'm gonna go back to Runsters, because I want to confront him. I want to be like, yo, you sold counterfeit animals.
I like that giant billboard of the lady eating something is always the same loop.
I mean, that checks out, doesn't it?
I mean, it does, except that I'm not sure what it is that it's selling. I guess that also checks out.
I think it's selling eating.
Yeah, eating as a concept.
Yeah.
This billboard sponsored.
Yeah, no, I'm really interested in categorical commercials. Like, for the suppliers that are like way broad, that are just like, you know what's never bad? Beans. Buy any beans. Alright, just like casting the net wide.
That's like milk. That's like Got Milk.
Yeah. No,
Paid
they
for
do
by
like
all
trade
dairy
organizations. 100%.
They're just like, please, just buy any milk.
Buy it from anyone. I don't care.
Just get something. Like, where's the commercial that just says relax? Just
Relax.
calm down.
Try
You're so
grape.
stressed. Just sit down. Just take
What's
a moment.
that,
Vacations.
Do you want to, like, on your show right now, do you want to plug some large category?
Do I want to plug a large
like
category?
vacations?
Yeah, like if
relaxing?
it was like a paid... You know how, like, on podcasts or radio, they always take, like, a paid message break?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
like, what would the category be?
Yeah, it would be something like, we'll be right back with more Blade Runner. But first, this message. You know, it's something that always gives you a hearty, warm tongue. A good, refreshing bowl of split pea soup. There's all sorts of varieties. We don't care which one you go for, but get some. This message was paid for by the Split Pea Soup Foundation. And then all of a sudden you're back.
Split pea soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
American
it's very
soup.
good. American soup.
It's very good.
gotten
Oh,
all
wait,
I
that's
can
too...
from that.
Sorry, that was too specific.
Wait, what's...
I've gotten all
What
I
about just
can from that.
American
I've gotten
soup.
all I can from that. Okay.
Oh shit, you're out.
Yeah,
And
you're
the crowd is gone, and the beat cop is gone.
The elite beat agent?
Fuck, if they were around.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go to our apartment, because it's like, I need to solve some crimes. I gotta go back home and get going.
Oh.
These transitions are so delightful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so like in keeping with the movie's aesthetic. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Light and shadows and neon.
Look at that spotlight just going nuts. And then they even put a fan outside to shine lights through.
It's an extremely inefficient power generator.
Yeah, it's an extremely efficient light fan is what that is.
This look at the oh shit, get me out of myself. Look at just how the volume of light passes through our hero.
You know,
Whoa.
I would be satisfied with like if they were like, oh, it's actually like an air quality thing, that the air quality is so bad that putting fog that you move with a fan somehow, you know, clears the air somehow.
It's to prevent atmospheric diffusion.
There's too much aerial diffusion. There's too much aerial diffusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Fans have to like level it out.
It's a diffusion diffuser. It's got to just really...
Your floor number, please.
Shit.
I
don't even know how to interact with this.
I know.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
The Tetris building has fallen on hard times. They're gonna place the last block and the whole thing's gonna vanish. Where are you?
Now we're on the street, like a real noir detective.
Just walking around looking at what's going on out here. Hey, everyone. I'm just gonna do an afternoon jog. Yeah, see, like...
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, like, I remember hearing about how there's a lot of, like, mist and fog and stuff, and they found that it just looked really weird if your character was always just rendered on top of fog. So this is where the sort of the tracking of the volumes came into play.
Yeah, totally.
Your floor number, please.
Totally.
That makes
McCoy,
sense.
88F.
88. Thank you.
Wow, that's actually a real sensible design for an elevator.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner.
Oh, is she a fake dog, do you think?
Yes,
I'm guessing this guy does not afford a real dog.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Well, although he spent a year's salary on her, maybe that...
I don't know.
Like, I sort of got the sense that the cheap... No, totally. I got the sense that the artificial dogs are maybe affordable.
Here you go, baby. Yeah. Dinner time.
Can you pet the dog in Blade Runner?
Can you pet the dog?
Please
or
pet
is
the
this
dog.
more of
you can feed the dog.
Best dog in the whole
more of a Friday afternoon. You can give the dog a treat.
Pet the dog. Don't just put your hands on your hips and just say that the dog's good.
Yeah, I feel like characters interacting was maybe more than they could do in 1997.
But you can give the dog a treat. I think you did already.
All right.
This is Esper, not Kia.
Oh, we have our Detectron here as well.
Oh shit, that's cool.
All right,
there's a squid. Schwabby Daba said there's a squid lounging on the... Hey, you have a fan. But you don't have a light behind it. Can you not afford one yet?
Yeah, I feel like... that's
Oh my god. Can I look out my balcony?
Whoa! Not only
Whoa!
can you look at it. Wow.
Holy shit, yes.
Imagine designing an apartment to look like this.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I have a new theory.
Been waiting for that all day.
Did you just use the bathroom?
Yeah,
my new theory is that light is just heavier now in the future, so they have to use fans to circulate it.
Did you just wake up? Did you just sleep through the night?
I took a nap.
Holy shit.
All right. Now, because it's 8:54, we have the heart out.
Oh, yeah.
At 9.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me being a responsible show host and just wrapping it up. God, it's almost as though I do this for a living / there's a clock right there. Dude, I am so impressed, and I also full well have the expectation that this could follow the traditional adventure game trajectory.
Holy shit, yeah.
Of an amazing first 2 hours. A less than amazing next 2 hours. A mediocre following 2 hours.
Well, because
you run out of budget.
It's setting up an expectation that we're gonna have to solve a fucking mystery, and that is notoriously a bad thing to ask players to do. Players be dumb.
Yeah.
Players are not good at solving mysteries.
Yeah, we don't show up here with a notebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up how long to beat Blade Runner 1997. It says the main story is 8.5 hours, which for us is probably going to be about 5 episodes, like 10 total hours.
Not bad.
But I am very interested in this whole different people are.
I know. No, I'm seriously like it's gonna be cool to play through it once and see like what do we find out about replicants, and what does that suggest about playing it a second time?
Yeah.
Man.
It's awesome.
Wow. I can't believe how compelling it is as an experience. And also just how, like, clean as a game it is so far. Because I think that, for me, still the ultimate benchmark for this show is the one game we didn't play on this show. The genesis for this show was King's Quest VII. Where there were just too many things to click on. There were way too many things to click on. Now, I want to... so bad. I want to... I feel like we can address the difference between depth versus breadth right now.
Okay.
That the typical novice designer mistake is when you want to make your game feel like there's more stuff going on, you just widen instead of deepening. Like... And, the very archetypical example is Portal is a super deep mechanic. There's a ton of stuff you can do with just those 2 portals and moving around. But you could also make a puzzle game where you need the red flip-flops to walk across red tile, and then you can get the blue flip-flops to walk across blue tile, so you can get the green key to open the green door, so you can pick up the green block to set it down on the green buttons and then cross with your red flip-flop. You just add a lot of this solves this solves this, a lot of lock-in key type stuff instead of actually having an interesting, intricate set of things. And there's a lot of the adventure games we've played where there's tons of objects we can look at. So there's tons of a little tidbit about this, a little bit tidbit about this, a little tidbit about this. This game had almost none of that. And yet, when we went to this interrogate a person about whether or not they're a replicant, there was tons of shit there. When we went to investigate these photographs, the interface itself felt very rich and voyeuristic, like looking around and trying to find the clue. And at the end of the day, there's only 3 clues, but it felt very compelling as an experience. It felt like you're actually spying on and doing something sexy and technical, which I just find so compelling. Well, and that's the thing,
like, every crime scene that we visit from now on, we're going to find, photographs, and we're going to put them through that machine. We're gonna void conf a bunch of people over the course of this game, I'm sure. There's there's these there are mechanics that are core mechanics that are sort of reusable mechanics that that you do in different contexts.
Yeah, the little it's like little activities. Mini games.
Like Sudoku, a little bit like Sudokus.
Yeah.
Not up to that level of.
But it's like if Nancy had
perfection, but
like if Nancy had a detecting machine that if she solved a Sudoku on it, it did something interesting, somehow tied into the game, but she carried it with her, Like
yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Man.
Sudoku powered detecting machine, 100%.
And
that'll go with backer quest.
It's so lean too. There's almost nothing but these. Okay, you're here, now walk to there. With this beautiful vista. Now the danger there is that there's station over here, station over there, and these are the 2 interactable things, and we have to constantly walk back and forth between those, and then those the ceremony of walking will become a little bit spoiled, but thus far it's been so good. Holy shit.
Plus, if
and
ever
it's
gets
so
boring, we can just spam run.
Hell yeah.
Increasing speed.
I'm amazed how deep into the aesthetic of the movie it is. Like, it's just very steeped in it.
It's so
but
good.
it doesn't try to use the main character from the movie, which is interesting too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I do feel like that's almost always a mistake. And they're smart enough to sort of have known that.
Well, I want to let all of you know it's 8:59 and 59 seconds. It's just turned 9, so we're going to end the show because we have the hard out at 9. Guys, bye. We're going to see you 80% likely next week because I'm flying back from the World Championships of Magic the Gathering, and if my flight lands on time, I'll be getting home at, I'll be walking into my apartment at around 6:45. So
nice.
Yeah, we're pushing it up close.
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm going to go find some very Blade Runner-y kind of music to play. Probably some Chris Clark again. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.